Little Saru's life was at the beginning of an extraordinary journey. It was 1986 and he followed his older brother to work as a sweeper on India's trains. The 5-year-old got weary and took a nap at a station. When he awoke, his brother was gone. So Saru jumped on the next train hoping to find him.
I ended up in Calcutta, and a person which is not even a metre in height to go into a place like that, it's it's extremely scary, and no mother would let their child go into a place like that.
For weeks he sought help. Twice he almost drowned in the Ganges, and once he escaped from an unnerving man offering food and shelter. He found safety in an orphanage where an Australian family fell in love with him. In a matter of weeks, Saru had wandered from the village of Khandwa, found himself on the streets of India's third biggest city, and was now heading a world away to Hobart in Tasmania.
It was a big thing for me to come to Australia because I still had images of my mother and, my brothers and stuff like that.
20 years passed, but Saru couldn't shake the memories, so he took to the internet. For 4 years he scoured Google Maps, tracing India's labyrinth of train lines from Calcutta. He adopted simple arithmetic to determine how far he travelled to get there in the time he did.
And then one day, bang, I just noticed I zoomed in this train station. I thought, yep, that's got to be it. It just looks right. It just looks like the spitting image which is in my head right now looking at it.
Armed with a photo of himself as a child and his memories, Saru returned to Khandwa. Word spread quickly in the tiny community that this man was their long-lost boy.
And this other person, third person, said, just wait here for a second, I'll be back. And so 5 minutes later they were back and they said, I am now going to take you to your mother. and I thought, oh my God.
I was so happy. The happiness in my heart was as deep as the sea. I experienced heaven on earth when my son met me.
While Saru had been hunting for his family using high-speed internet and satellite imagery, his mother had relied on all she had, her faith.
My only prayer was that God would fulfill my wish to meet my son before I die. I always pray to God that I will meet my son one day.
She says she's grateful for the life Saru's had in Australia. He says he'll return to her every year. Now he knows where to find her. Kimberly Sokov, BBC News.
The past perfect tense is used to describe an action that happened before an action in the simple past. The formula is subject plus had plus past participle. We can use the past perfect to tell us which event happened first. For example, if we add the word had to this sentence, Peter had moved to Paris, we know that this action happened first. But if we put had in the other sentence, Mary had found a job in Paris, now this action happened first. Here's an example. He failed his test because he hadn't studied. Here we use the past perfect tense to describe the first action and the past tense to describe the second action. Another example. She had not seen snow until she visited Canada. Again, we use the past perfect to describe the first action and the past simple to describe the second action. Using the past perfect can change the meaning of a sentence. Let's compare the two sentences. When he arrived, the train left, versus when he arrived, the train had left. In the first sentence, when he arrived, the train left, This means he arrived and the train left immediately after. But if we say when he arrived, the train had left, this means that the train left first and then he arrived. So, he missed the train. In addition, the past perfect can be used to express a past wish or a regret. For example, he wishes he hadn't drunk so much last night. The past perfect is also used in reported speech and the third conditional. We'll review this in another lesson.